Hello, everyone. My name is Melina, and this is
Jordan.
And we are the board certified BAes. Welcome back.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Mighty fine.
Good.
A little bit tired.
It's always going to be our answer.
But mighty fine.
That's good. You are mighty fine.
Oh my gosh, I got some flowers. Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
Will you marry me?
Okay. Anyways,
Too late.
what are you very excited for this fall season? I know you love pumpkin spice, but...
Yeah, totally. I don't know, but the first thing that comes to mind is just like seeing our daughter flourish and grow because she started school.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm excited about because that's like fall, like it's still the end of summer. So fall is in a couple of months, I guess.
No, I'm just like in my feelings. Dang, way to start this episode.
Well, I'm sorry. This episode is all about feelings.
I know. So if you see me cry, no, you didn't.
Whoa.
Okay, let's
that
get
was
started.
aggressive. Well, what are you excited about for fall?
I'm excited to be cozy at home in the cold with my coffee, just like listening to jazz, like that kind of thing.
Like a coffee shop at our house.
Exactly,
great.
because we're on a budget.
But it's not cold.
Not yet.
It doesn't really get that cold.
It can.
You wear a blanket in the summer, so I guess anything than that.
The mornings are crisp.
For who?
Okay, anyways, that's what I'm excited about.
I'm the one that walks the dog in the morning, so I know it's not that crisp.
Okay. Well, you asked me a question, I answered it. So.
You did. I love it, though.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love you. I love you, and I love that you have your happy place, which is
Yeah.
just a blanket and a coffee and
And
some
it
jazz
won't be
music.
so hot when I'm trying to attempt to make sourdough.
That's true. Oh, man. Food again. I'm going to get hungry.
Okay.
So, this episode, we're talking about transition. Why am I doing the talking? That's just weird. Okay.
It's not weird. It's just usually I start it off and then you take over.
Yeah. Well, not this time. We done flipped it up. So, we're talking about transitions. So, Melina, how do you feel about transitions?
They are hard. So much so that that's typically when I re-enroll myself in therapy.
Okay.
There's a lot this season, so.
There have been a lot of transitions. We just mentioned kiddo going to school.
Girl.
Transition.
I know
Did
you're not
you
a
call
girl.
me girl?
I know.
Dang.
But our little big baby. She's little though. She's only like 3 and 8 months.
Okay, a little over half.
And she's starting TK, which is not typical. You know, usually it's like 4.5. But she's ready, and we found a really sweet situation for her. And so it's so perfect. And so I'm excited for her. And when I picked her up from the first day of school, she got mad because she was like, why am I leaving? And I was like, that's my girl. Anyways, so.
Yeah, okay. All right. So then for you, you just had a big transition. So for those of you that are new or maybe don't know or don't remember, for the last 5 years, we've worked together, had a podcast together,
Had children together.
had children together, built a house together,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot.
right? Saw each other at the same location every day because of working together. Then came home because we're living together.
Because we just couldn't get enough of each other.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough in here. But we just had a big transition where one of us left the place of work, nowhere else.
I know. I was like, no, this is not. Look, we still good. It's okay.
Just a place of employment.
Yeah. Not just. But yeah.
Well, in comparison to our marriage,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah,
just
okay,
a place of employment.
Fair.
So, no offense to the clinic, but
Yeah, you're right.
I'd take you first.
Thanks.
All right. So, how do you think you have changed? Well, first, I guess I should go back. How was that transition out?
It was emotional, roller coaster, ups and downs and all arounds. A lot of tears on different days.
At different times.
At different times.
With different people.
With different people.
Wait, didn't
by
we just do
myself.
stimulus generalization and response generalization? And
Just a lot. Just a lot of like happy, sad, all the tears. Proud, everything. It just was a lot.
Yeah. That's a big change. You don't like change that well. Big change.
Do I not?
Big change.
Dang, not him throwing out all my dirt on this podcast.
So, this whole episode has transitioned, right? So this whole episode is an emotional one, and it's about the side of BCBAs that we don't normally see. Like, we're always robots, right? Like, we turn on the excitement, turn off the excitement because of functions and because of what kids need or the client needs or what the staff needs, like whatever it is. So we always have to change ourselves and put on different hats and be different people in order to be able to get the job done. But all of that does take a toll, because in that time you build relationships with your clients in terms of being like able to support them in different areas, like first dentist appointments, first doctor's appointments, first words. All those things are very meaningful, so that leaves a mark. So the emotional side of this field is it exists, but we can't display it. So, what was that for?
Because I'm going to cry like 12 times. Okay, go ahead.
Don't cry. So how do you think you've changed since you've started versus who you are now clinically and personally?
Clinically and personally.
Yep. You can start clinically first.
Okay, so clinically, when I first started at this agency, I had just cleared my teaching credential. So I was doing a little bit of ABA, but it wasn't like a ton. It was enough for me to know that I liked it, but not enough to know what I was doing. So I feel like it went from 0 to 1,000. So I feel like I at the beginning of my journey at this place, I was being reminded to close my trials. Like I was green,
Still? Weren't you even like doing it for a little bit before switch?
But I didn't have people with me every day to really make sure I was doing that.
That's the other emotional side of the field. Alone on an island.
Yeah. So that was the difference in this realm, is like I had someone being like, did you know you didn't close your trial? And I was like, what you mean? And then I was like, oh wait, you right. And then never not purposely, well, I'm not gonna say never not, because we all be messing up, but I was very much aware of it after that. So going from that, like learning like the fundamentals, DTT, to like just being able to grow and adapt and learn how to teach older students and things like that. I think I still have a lot to learn, obviously, like, we're never done growing, but I feel like I still have a lot that I need to learn. But I will say that I also did learn a lot. And I also kind of figured out that, like, although I wasn't teaching in a classroom setting, I was still able to implement a lot of those things in that setting, and as well as understand how to implement those skills, ABA skills and principles, into the classroom setting as well. I will say until I was a BCBA, I didn't really get to ever sit in IEPs. I think I did one when I was a teacher. So like versus now as a BCBA, sitting in a lot more. So I've been able to learn a little bit more on that end as well. I feel like there's countless amount of things that I was able to learn in my time at this place from, the people that I worked with, including you. And obviously like our boss. And so, it was a lot of learning always. I feel like I still felt like I still have so much to learn. So.
Yeah, but that's the field as a whole, right? Like we signed up to become students of the field. So if you're going through your programming and you're learning and, you're like, I'm about to sit for an exam, and when I take that exam and I get that pass grade, that's it. I made it. No, sorry, dude. You're still at the bottom because there's so far to go, and like you can be in the field for 10 years and still feel like there's so much more to learn and grow and do. Yeah,
I also learned how to, not that I'm not saying that it's like a great way to do things, because we don't really do them like that anymore anyways, but I did learn that you could still teach via online. Like as a teacher that was teaching TK students online, I will say that felt like BS. But it was cool to see like how we had to adapt in the beginning of COVID and how we were able to still implement and carry on those skills and then start working on them in person when things started to change. So that was cool too.
Yeah. Telehealth has its place. I think we've done a podcast episode on that.
Yeah.
So we've talked about it already. So, is there anything else? You said you're going to get so emotional, and I haven't seen any of that yet. So, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Clinically, no.
What about personally, then?
I mean, personally, when I first started there, it was 5 years ago. So we were newlyweds. We had the world just shut down. We had no kids.
Yeah, you were my soulmate.
We got a puppy.
Just what everyone did.
Who is now a big guy. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, it was very different. I mean, the agency that we work for has been different like 5 different times too, which has been a wonderful experience. But I think it's been hard to figure out how to be a mommy of 2 and do everything that I was doing before. I'm all about pouring into the people that I, work with, my community, just so many that I like want to pour into all the time, and I want to get to know my staff. And I think that is maybe a good thing about me, but also maybe sometimes is hard for me because then I don't know when to like myself be like, okay, maybe I need to step back a little bit. It's like I want to pour in all the time. And then it's like by the time I'd get home, it was like I was depleted because I wasn't able to truly give to my kids that then were like, I'm like having kids that are dealing with emotions all day, or older kiddos that are like, dealing with emotions. And then maybe like staff that also I want to be there for. And then parents I want to be there for. And everyone that I want to be there for. And then it was like I'd get home and have nothing. And it felt really hard because I felt like I wasn't able to be the wife that you needed, to be the mommy that my kids needed, and, let alone even be enough for myself. I felt like I was starting to have health issues again. That's one thing that was going on in the beginning of our time at the place we were at. A lot of people didn't know, but I have a autoimmune disease. And so it was really bad during the beginning parts of being there, right before we had gotten pregnant with our oldest daughter. And so I feel like between the pregnancies, they had been, like my health stuff had been at bay just because of like hormones and all the things. But then I feel like towards the end of my journey at this place, things started to like pop up again. So that and like my anxiety and things like that. And again, it wasn't like anything dramatic. Like I think people are like, what happened? And I'm like, nothing happened. It was just like, I feel like I didn't learn how to adjust to be the like, like going from Melina, a wife who's getting her BCBA, to fast forward 5 years, a mom of 2. Like I didn't learn how to adjust in that season. And I think, yeah, that was hard.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely hard watching you go through that. But I also would say, too, that it's very empowering to watch you make that decision.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Because you cannot show up for others until you show up for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're pouring out but there's nothing pouring in and there's nothing left, then you're not really pouring out at the best that you can.
Right.
And so taking care of yourself first, it makes sense.
And I mean, and too, like we have so many things that we're doing. Like I'm a doula as well. Mm-hmm. We have a rental house that we work on. I feel like
autism friendly, sensory inclusive.
Yes.
House. So
yes.
It's not just.
So yes, it's also
plug and play.
It's like, also like building a community, mm-hmm. like very important to us to build those roots and build that community.
Yeah. Like it's dedicated for specifically
mm-hmm.
the population and people we care about and get to serve on a day-to-day basis.
I'm also, pretty connected with the mom group in our county. Like, I've really tried to also build community in that regard as well. And so, again, just realizing, like, I can't do it all. I'm not one person. I mean, I am one person. Sorry. I thought I wasn't one person, apparently. I'm just kidding. No, yeah. So, anyways.
Two of you?
No. So,
that'd be great.
So, anyways, that was the difference, personally.
Yeah, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal. And it's been hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm happy to see the growth. As a husband, I'm really happy. So now that was all you. So now let's just bring me back into the picture a little bit. Of
course, always.
Okay, I'm here too, so we'll just add a little bit. What would like the pros and maybe just the pros of working with your husband?
Mm-hmm.
But you can throw a con or two in there if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think...
First of all, wait, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I don't know how many BCBAs are married together.
There's a few, right?
Yeah, I was like, I'm sure that it's the same as like rocket scientists, right? Like how many of them are married? Like
there's a handful.
I was like, I'm sure it's not like some huge number.
I think I can count at least 2 other couples that I could think of.
Okay, well that's cool. So
the couple that we met at that conference, and then isn't Deterrence married to a BCBA?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough about, but I know that his lovely wife is a BCBA as well. So anyways, okay.
Well, how many of them actually work together?
I don't know that.
That part too. I'm like, okay, so there's already not that many, and then the minority gets even smaller.
Yeah. So anyways, the pros and cons. So I will say the cons were that the cons were that
she said, pros, and then said backhand.
Well, no.
Right back
if
to cons.
anything, I would say it was hard coming in because I was getting my BCBA. You had just gotten your BCBA, so I couldn't learn from you, especially because you were like not really out. You were like online. So those that you were,
those dark times.
Excuse me. Keep passing me your water.
Those dark times.
So those that you were supervising were not me. So again, I was thankful that, I got the support that I did, but none of it could come from you because that's unethical. So that was a thing. So until we really worked in the same like clinic setting and I could just watch from afar and check you out down the hallway.
That's why the hair would stand up on the back of my neck. There's something wrong.
I don't know if that's
Somebody's
a good thing.
Staring at me.
Yeah, with my eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really just looking at your skills. So anyways,
you were.
But also you lead a lot of our trainings and things like that. So I was able to learn a lot from you, and that was huge because like, I try still not to bug you too much once we're at home to ask you a bunch of questions. Cause I'm like, I know that you also want to be done, but yeah.
Pillow talk, guys. Pillow talk.
Yeah.
One eye just cracked open, the other one fully asleep.
He's lying because they're just both fully asleep.
Hey, what do you think about?
Yeah. So, anyways, I would say like learning from you has been a pro. The con is also the unintentional comparison because we're so different. We're so different, and I know we're so different. I know that. I recognize that. And you grew up in this, you grew up with adults, and I did not. So like, I don't have that.
I mean, working with adults, right?
Yeah. Like working, sorry, that's what I meant. You grew up around
working
your
with
parents
adults.
working with adults. So that's what I was referring to. And so I don't have that lens, like I can't easily be like, oh, when I was working with this 90-year-old, blah, 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 blah. Like I don't have that lens. And so that is something that you have that is phenomenal. And that is like almost like not a cheat code, but kind of, because you're like, okay, these are the things that we should really work on because that way we can work towards this, I think you're really good at that part. You like puzzles and you like that kind of stuff. And so I think that you very much are very talented in that way. And so I would often end up comparing myself, which is silly because we all bring something different to the team. But, and I know that logically, but it was hard not to. So even days when like our kids were sick, I'm like, oh, his job is more important than mine. Okay, like I guess I'll stay home, but then I'm like anxious because I'm like, now I'm not able to support my staff and my kids. And it was just a never ending feeling like I'm not doing enough at home, I'm not doing enough at work. And it was hard because it was with you. So then it was like, whose job is more important today is sometimes what I felt like. And it felt like your job was always more important. And so I think that was a con of working with you because we're in different positions. It just made it tricky.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
And it's not your fault, it's my own. It's something that I will continue to work on in therapy.
Now we're not at the same place. So, okay, they cancelled it out. Is there more pros or more cons?
I think they were both the same amount, right?
That's it? Like, that was, but I'm just saying.
Oh.
Like, in life.
Well, we didn't really get to drive together, so that goes out the window. We didn't really get to eat like, around each other, so that goes out the window. We literally just saw each other walking by.
Dang, so there really isn't that many pros.
Well, I mean, I got to see you. That was the pro, but it was in passing.
Well, we got to check each other out down the hall.
Yeah, but...
We got to make the staff feel confused when they saw us wearing wedding rings, but then would, I guess, have glances at each other. Something sus is happening there.
That only happened one time.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, so that was, I mean, yeah, those are the pros, or we understand each other's day when we didn't have to explain the precursors, the pre-story, the background information. We knew it, right?
Yeah, we didn't have to have those long, sometimes unnecessary conversations, but I felt like that have to be like, how was your day?
And we didn't have to use yeah, exactly. Or like, so it's like, client codes, things like that. Like, it wasn't like we necessarily, like, we could just talk about the situation. I have to say the person's name and we knew what it was.
Yeah, it's more like, man, I saw what you had to go through today. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff. That was a pro too. It makes it easy, but also dangerous, because then we sit there talking for 30 minutes when we're supposed to be asleep.
I was.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay. So, in light of the big change, what are you going to miss?
I think, obviously, the families, they were just very lovely.
Notice that the husband was not first.
Jordan.
I'm just kidding.
We just spent 30 minutes talking about you. Okay. Anyways.
I'm just kidding.
So, the families were lovely. And, some of them I worked with basically the whole time I was there. So, seeing their families grow up, them seeing us start our family, literally doing one-to-one as I was pregnant, to our girl going to TK now, like, people have seen that, Yeah. And have been so kind through all of it. I would say, like, even like you were kind of mentioning, like, seeing kids say their first words, to now, like, seeing them being in school, and like, that is so special to see, because that's not typical. I think, at least I feel that I haven't seen a ton of that, where like you get to see that whole process from a 2-year-old walking in with a bottle to them on their first day of first grade in a general education classroom, with like some push and support, so it's just like, it's
that's
huge.
A big deal, because you did the potty, you work on the potty training, you work on the first words, first sentences,
drink from an open cup,
frustration tolerance, like, you work on all those things.
Yeah.
And that is the goal, right? To get these kids, and I only say kids because we primarily work with kids, to the least restrictive environment as possible, without destroying who they are as a human being and making it look robotic, but as natural as possible.
I think even in the clinic setting, there's like the waiting room, and seeing like parents that have slowly developed relationships, like, even those little things are super sweet. Or seeing our kids have like play dates, like, it's just, you can't beat that. Of course, I'm gonna also, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you're gonna be missed. There's nobody that connects with other people like you do.
That's very kind of you.
That's very true, though.
This is
in
me
all facets of your life. Like, you are such a connector.
Thank
And I don't know if it's because you lead with emotion, because I don't. And like I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know
but
why I have all these health issues. I'm just kidding.
Your heart's on your
Just kidding.
sleeve.
It is on
It's
my
one of the
sleeve,
reasons
in
I
my
love you.
stomach. It's crazy, and I love you too. Okay. I'm also
All
gonna
right.
miss my staff. I'm gonna miss my staff so much. They be making me feel old and young at the same time. I don't even know how to
And tall
explain
and
it.
short. It's all
And
the
tall
same.
and short. Seriously, it's for real. I'm gonna miss them a lot, and I think just being able to hear their stories, is it's just so fun. You know, it's getting to know others that are maybe 18 to some that are older than me. Like just hearing everyone's journey and getting to just even find out just a little bit about them has
even
been so fun.
some of those staff that you're talking about have been at the agency the same length of time you have.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So like there's a lot you've seen there too.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. College graduations, applications to grad school, marriage, breaking up,
Babies.
the love come into play for ABA, like going from this is just like a temporary thing to like, actually I think I'm gonna do this. Just like all
Those
those
are really
things.
fun ones
Yeah,
to see though.
yeah.
You're leaving your mark on a lot of people.
I appreciate that. But so I'm definitely going to miss our staff as well. And then, of course, the kids. I mean, I think that's lumped into the families, but the kids too, especially. Again, my favorite thing to do was like to go in and say good morning every day to like each one of them, just to check in and see how they're doing. And I miss that part because I feel like that always made the crazy in the morning feel like, okay, the day's getting started, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways,
Nice
all those
routine you
things I'm going to miss. And I think luckily I've gotten most of the tears out. And I think
dry.
it will be dry for a little bit until things slow down for us and I really am able to sit in it all. But I just am so appreciative of my time there. And no one talks about how hard it is to leave a place that you loved so much. So kudos to all of you that have had to also go through this, for the betterment of yourself in that moment, in that season, for your family, all those things.
Yeah. And for those of you that had to go through it silently, because you didn't feel like you could express it, because we're trained not to be emotional.
Yep.
Right? Be objective all of the time and in that way. So thank you for being vulnerable.
Thanks.
And wanting to share.
Always. But yeah, anyways, hopefully this opens up more opportunity for us to, you know, do some stuff in Cali as the BAes too, like as far as like coffee meetups or something cute like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Anybody that watches in Southern California want to get coffee with a couple of board certified BAes?
Southern California, preferably.
Yeah.
Let us know. We're always looking to connect and get to know others. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
anyways, well,
Well,
thank
thanks.
you, Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
You owe me a coffee. Well, thank you guys for coming. And we'll talk to you again soon. Have a good one.
Bye for now.